Welcome to DCTP.tv from the Republica 2019 in Berlin. My name is Philipp Banse and my next guest is Kate Devlin. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
We're talking artificial lovers now.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, in the past few years, there's been this race to bring out the world's first commercially available sex robots, but they've not really got anywhere and there's not very much out there.
So what is a sex robot?
Sex robot really, as it is today, is sort of like a sex doll with a bit of interaction. So usually it looks like a woman, life-size, with a bit of interactivity, maybe a little bit of AI. But really, we're not seeing very much advanced technology.
And are there any sex robots for women too?
There are. Well, the company that's developed the kind of primary one is currently working on a male version, but whether or not that has any uptake remains to be seen.
So, but those machines are pretty heavy-duty analog things,
yeah,
right?
pretty much. I mean, essentially, they can't stand up on their own. They can't move. There's very limited interactivity. It is, to all intents and purposes, just really a sex doll with a bit of interaction.
And what is the next step then?
Well, I think it's going to stay really, really niche in this sphere. I think that what we're going to see, which would be much more interesting, is a move into other forms of sex technology. So more immersive or wearable experiences, things like VR, things like sex toys that are bigger or more embodied. I think that's much more realistic.
And I mean, I heard from China that you have those artificial lovers you can talk to, and then they sit at your table, half embodied, and you can serve them and feed them. They don't really eat, but they're there. So where are we there? Where are we now? I mean, what kind of artificial lovers exist already? Not
very many. So essentially, there's only prototypes, and there's really only one or two prototypes that are even working at the moment. The main one is from an American company called Abyss Creations. They make sex dolls called Real Dolls, and they've built a robotic version. So from the neck down, it's completely still, can't move, but it has an animatronic head, and it has an artificially intelligent personality, so like a chatbot, really.
So if there aren't that many artificial lovers there, what was you talk about then? What did you talk about?
It was basically about that. It's saying that, you know, there's been so much hype around, so many stories around the fact that we're going to be replaced by robots. We are so far from that. It's not going to happen.
And what's the biggest difficulty?
First of all, we're very, very bad at making human-like robots. I mean, really bad at it. So, you know, we try, but they just look really bad. Also, our brain is very good at pointing out the flaws. So we have the uncanny valley effect. It says the closer something looks to human and it's not human, the more likely we are to find it quite freaky.
So, and I mean, do you really think it's so hard that it will never be there?
I think that we're really limiting ourselves if we go down that route. There's a demand, but it's a really small demand. People aren't that interested. It's quite taboo still. It's quite niche. It's just a handful of people who are interested. There's much bigger market around sex toys. So the sex toy market, the sex technology market's worth about $30 billion worldwide by 2020. So I think that if we focus our efforts on making better sex technology that doesn't necessarily include those lifelike robots, we're probably better off.
Okay, and so if you would invest in something in this area, what would you choose?
Well, there's no chance of investment yet in the sex robots because this is really just a handful of workshops. I would probably say that the best thing to invest in is sex technology in the form of sex toys. That's going to be where the money is, really.
All right, and are women more interested in this kind of technology or men?
It's pretty much split in terms of the sex toys. So in some countries, there's regional variation. So for example, in the UK, it's pretty much 50-50 over who's buying sex toys, men and women. In Japan, the market for sex toys for men is much bigger than for women.
And do the kind of sex toys vary from region to region? And what are the differences?
Still worldwide, most people are going to be spending their money on vibrators. That is the kind of leading thing in the sex tech world. But there's a follow-up with things like artificial vaginas, masturbation devices. That's still being sold.
Okay, but artificial vaginas means it's still a hardware. It's not a software.
No, not yet. We're still a while off the complete software. But I mean, there are people working on apps for like Virtual Girlfriend, for example, where you're able to carry around an app that works like a girlfriend that you can converse with. In Japan, they have the Gatebox, which is like a little virtual hologram girlfriend, so you can interact with this hologram and pretend it's your real girlfriend.
Okay, I read about some apps you can, I don't know, you can interact with and try to learn kiss, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're a bit silly still.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think there's a long way to go before that's a viable thing.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for watching. It's dctp.tv. There you can find this interview and other interviews, and also on YouTube. Thank you very much, and stay tuned. Bye.